Hi there. I recently discovered Logic.inc, which allows you to create production AI without building the infrastructure. It handles prompt engineering, models, evals, testing, and more. What's even better, it's perfect to be integrated with Retool. So if you have an AI use case, but you're daunted by having to do APIs with different kind of models, or even OCR, which is analyzing files or images, PDFs, and then having to test and how to do those testing, which is very tricky in AI production applications. This is an incredible tool, and I'm super excited about this, guys. And here is a tutorial where I've taken how to analyze an invoice or multiple invoices and submit them to whether that's Xero or FreshBooks. I'm going to be using just a database for that. So it allows to automate the whole process. And what I really like about Logic is that it gives ownership and an interface for this ownership to the respective teams. In this case, it could be finance, it could be APs, payables, or account receivables, and you will see why. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's dive in. Okay, so this is the home page of Logic.inc, and you can see it's called documents. And this is, so I'm going to go first to a product page copy generation SOP. And you can see here on the left, you have the SOP. So here's what I was saying about giving departments ownership. If you or your team or your company already have SOPs, then you're already halfway through the process, because you have to only put in here, write it, then you want to know the outcomes of the AI. Logic will take care of the rest. So basically what it does is create this interface that you can use to test, and this integration document, which is everything that an AI needs to know and how the API post needs to be passed for it to return what is expected to return. So just to show really quickly, I tested it before, like a month ago, and this is the copy generator where I have some elements for a product, and I just hit at the endpoint, and this is what Logic returned. So you can see this is the Logic query, and it will return everything that you instructed it to return, which is a copy for the page, SEO structure, answer engine optimization, and so on. So this could be already there to just hit submit and upload to Shopify or to Magento or so on, right? So now let's just go to another one, and I'll show you how the process looks like. So what we're going to do is Invoice OCR. So if I were to create a new document and I want to say, I want a process to upload invoices so that the AI identifies accounting codes and categories and returns it in a JSON, will be uploaded to Xero or a database. So once I hit enter, it starts analyzing the prompt, and it will create an SOP that then you can go and update. And then it will start creating the interface, which is an interface, dedicated interface for this specific SOP. I'm gonna let it work there, and I'll come back to it later. So I'm gonna go through this one here, which is very similar, and it's actually a template Logic provides, so you can go right away and test it. Okay, so the steps are quite easy. This process will receive invoices, it will perform OCR, it will parse those files, so invoice number, blah, 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 and then validate extracted data. If it's okay, if it has an invoice number, it has a total amount, dates are standard, etc. And then map it to finance categories, which then you are providing in this. So it doesn't have tools, which means it's not able to call a database or your source, so you can provide your chart of accounts or category mappings right in the call. So here I could do a test, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to integrations, and I'll show you it has the endpoint. I'm in draft. I could change to be the live version, and it will remove the version draft. And then this is the schema that the AI is expecting. This is actually how the schema is structured. So it defines the properties and which are required, which fields are required. And this is an example. For example, invoices, one invoice, this is the URL. It's actually accepting URLs only. I haven't explored if it accepts somehow base64 data, but we'll just go with the URLs for this. And this is the output. So this is how it will respond. And then here it will be an example. So invoices summary with line items per invoice, and then it will be a summary for the whole analysis. All right, so go ahead and implement this in Retool. What I'll do this time, I'll use a workflow because I think this use case is better for a workflow, but then we will show the results on an app. So I've created a workflow. I will delete this example code, and what I need here, we'll just put a resource query. I've already created Logic resource, which if you show you, it's very simple. It's the base URL, content type as header, and then authentication has a bearer token, which you can find in your organization settings API. So I've added that. I'm just going to put posts, and then on more configurations, I'm going to go to the example that is provided here. So invoices and category map, and I will just put it on the raw JSON, and then I need to go back and select the actual endpoint. This is the part. So because I have defined already this in document, so it's this one here. This is not an invoice, so if I try run it, I don't think it will return anything. But now I have the structure. Now I need to define where my invoices will come through. So let's just do another step in our application. We will send, I'm going to go to page 2, and now that this is refreshed, I will have a browse button, and I just will upload 2 random invoices that I have prepared. So if you see here, view state, these are the invoices with base64 data. And then I will send those to workflow that I just created, which is import workflow. And it's going to be today's, so it's going to be this one here. And then I'm just going to send the file buttons values. Right? Nope, not accept. It's going to be value. And that's the 2 files. And I've saved this, and I will just run it. Not until finished. Okay, that's fine. And I'll just put it as back as queued, so it doesn't have to wait. If I go back to my workflow, you will see in the history, I already have this that I just run. It has this start trigger, my 2 different invoices that I just sent, and I will just use this as test JSON parameters, which means it has added them here. So I can now start testing with these ones here. I have start trigger data. I have 2 invoices that I can start playing around. Now, because Logic is accepting a public URL, what I will do is just upload these files into a S3 storage that I already have. So storage is in Superbase, which, by the way, I created a video last week on how to set up your Superbase S3 storage. So you can go and look at that. I'm just going to upload data. It's going to call other, my bucket. I'm going to use custom value. But actually here, I'm going to make it one step back, and I'm going to switch this block to a loop because I want it to loop through all of the files and start trigger. So it's going to be again storage, and then it will be other, and then, oops, sorry, this is going to be upload data, and then I'm going to use custom value. And what I'm doing here is selecting just the type of the file. So this time it's going to be PDF, and then I'm going to select the name of the file, and then I'm just going to select the data. So it's going to be valued base64. Right, so if I run this, I will get 2 files that have been uploaded to my S3 storage. And now what I'm going to do is get the public URLs with the JavaScript code. So I can then use those in my Logic posts. Okay, so I prepared the code before this tutorial. So basically what I'm getting is from this query to and mapping the files, which is the sign URL. Check out that. And then I'm just going to return it and iterate through it. So when I hit click, I have these 2 files. So now I can just replace that here. So I'm just going to put this here, and it's going to be code 1 data. And I have now my 2 invoices there. And as category mapping, I can send something. So what I'll do is I've prepared Gemini to build a category mappings for me. So I'm just going to copy them. It has office supplies, softwares, and so on. So I'm just going to copy it here. And now I have my invoices plus category mapping. And now there actually do a go. And there you go. Now this took around, looking here at Logic, and I can here go to execution history, and this is the last one. So it took 100 seconds. So a median of 110 seconds. This takes a while, especially I just sent 2 invoices, but if I had sent 10, it could take more. So that's why I said at the beginning that this is a better use case for a workflow rather than an application and having a user waiting for this to come back. But there's several use cases that you can use. And then you can see it returns a lot of things about the organization. It returns back the input on what was sent and then the output. So this is the JSON summary and the invoices summary. So first invoice and then the second invoice. And then you will get validation. So this is valid. And then this is flagged. As a line item could not be auto-categorized with the provided category mapping, no matching keywords assigned to uncategorized and flagged for manual review. Totals reconciled using subtotal. So that return all that. So that has been analyzed and it assigned a category. So if we go to line items, you'll see a category per line item. This is what kind of the SOP defines, is per category. So here you see the line item and it's uncategorized. So now what I could do automatically is just either submit this to my accounting software, which could be Xero, FreshBooks or anything. But now the only thing I will just do is do it for a database. So I'm just gonna connect it to a database. So I'm gonna select Retool database here, and I'm just gonna do bulk up select table. I created invoices, which you will see it has exactly the same fields for what returns. I can just put a bulk insert records, and I will just select query one. It's going to be output, and then it's going to be JSON summary, and it's going to be invoices summary, which is the 2 invoices, right? It's an array with 2 objects. So I can actually just create a test, and then I just run it. And it says type JSON, right? Because I'm getting for Retool database, I need to do JSON stringify for the JSON files. So the way I would do this would be use this, which is I will just map it, and I will use this spread operator to then rewrite line items with JSON stringify. So when I write, this will be successful. So now I'm actually adding the rows here. This is a success, it's a 2-row count. So with this, where now if I rerun everything, it will just do the whole thing. It will upload the invoices, as many invoices have been passed to storage. I will get a public URL. I will pass the invoices together with a category mapping to the Logic.inc, which will then return the results, and then I can upload it to a database or any other system. So here's my table in my database, and you can see now these are being updated. So now what I can just go back here is really easy to just a query for my Retool database, and I will select all from invoices, and then I can just a table with it. And so now to your AP departments, so we can now create a dashboard for them to review everything that has been uploaded by users. So what's invoice, what's party, what's the currency. So let's just put the currency, a text string, and just remove this. Retool likes doing. We could just hide line items and we could put it somewhere else. Tags to validation if it's valid, and if it's not valid, what's the notes. So now users can, in another interface, upload invoices as many as they want. I could go here and select 5 invoices. You can see that I'm passing 6 different invoices. I will just run it and then leave that in the background. And as finishes, I will refresh this table and I will have all of those. It will be here, or it could actually just be in FreshBooks or Xero, accounting department. So that is streamlining that, analyzing it. And as you can see, we did it in a very basic, rough things in around 10-15 minutes. So what I really wanted to show you also is how Logic provides also tests. So this part of AI is crucial for it to make it work in the long term. Here you can see it's actually saying test 2 invoices, one with a category mapping provided, one without category mapping, and it should assign uncategorized. So you could ask test cases and we can run tests. And so it will run the tests with the last run. So the last run that I just did with those two, you can see it passed one, it failed one. So actually I can just define which ones. So you can go through different iterations of your users and see what's working and what's not. So you always have this here to test and do evals for your AI implementation and production. So this is super helpful because for me as a consultancy, I could actually just give ownership of this to the department, and I work together with them, and they can define the rules and the logic of what this agent is doing or LLM is doing, whereas the whole integration in the backend I can take care of. But for them, they can actually just go and see, they just do some testing, they can go and see the execution history, the tokens that have been used and runs and so on. So this is super helpful because then it provides and gives ownership and visibility to the actual stakeholders that will be using this and not only to the engineering teams. So it's democratizing and spreading this responsibility. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any other questions, do let me know in the comment box. And I will be also putting a forum post on the Retool forum with more information and an export of this workflow so they can just upload it and use it. Cheers.